Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Spirited Out. We are going to be, this is actually a twin flame video that I'm going to say, and if you are from Virgo and Aries, this one is for you. Just to let you know that there is actually stuff that I'm going to tell you in ways that we are going to, that I'm going to say in a video. So we have actually a few that are actually going to look at this and think, this is not a twin flame video. Based on the fact is, if it is a twin flame video, you could be the masculine that is here, and you could be the feminine that is here. Okay? Those are the two that you're going to look at. And based on the fact is that while I'm trying to talk to all of you, is where this is going to comprehend a lot of things. It's not going to be comprehending the pandemic. No, this is just going to be totally opposite from that, right? But as you can see, is there is a result to it, and I might read the Holy Bible and read, but it goes to show you what I'm going to expect, what I'm going to read, and identify what's going to happen, right? It all depends on how you refer to it, which means that you have to understand what's going to happen when I get through these two, okay, the cards, and then reveal. And and that's how I'm going to explain this, because when I have this as my recommendation of doing this, I'm actually trying to help my viewers to think about the positive. Don't go into the negative, right? I always say that because it's good to understand how it is, right? Don't go into a negative place and say, "Oh, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do." Don't do that. But understand how you're going to see yourself in a different way, of looking at things into a positive way. Don't look at things in a negative way and say, I can't do this. Don't. Because when the negative gets to you, it's going to be rambling into your brain and you can't get out of it. And this is how it's going to be. So like I say, if you are Aries, then this will be for you. If you are a Virgo, this is for you. Okay, so this is going to be a fire sign and an earth sign. Which means an earth sign is from nature. So like, well, nature is just everywhere around us. And if you're a fire sign, fire is everywhere, right? So just remember about these two. So, with further ado, as you can see, we are going to, I will reveal this card later, but we are going to start with Aries, that I'm going to start with. And Aries has good words to understand this method. There is actually 4 cards that I'm gonna, there's 4 cards that I'm going to have. And then we have only 1 card that's here with this. Don't know why, but I didn't get very much of that. Anyway, as you can see, is that we're going to start with first card. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the Emperor, that is basically upright, but this would be upright. This would be reversed. Just forgot to do that. The Tower is upright, and you have the 5 of Wands reversed as well. So based on the fact is, this is based on, what is it, Aries, okay? So Aries is in a position, okay? Aries is in a position. And what I meant is by this, okay? While I'm going to read to you this, so you can see my face. When I'm going to reveal what the cards are going to say to you, it's going to be better to look at that, right? And if you look at that in a different point of view, when you're the Aries sign that you see the cards over here, is where this is what's going to happen, okay? And this is going to reveal the whole entire biological, well, phrase of this, okay? We have what's the problem, what's the situation, who's facing conflict, all these things are going through, okay? And like I say, if you are the image of Mars, let's say, Mars is like the god of war, okay? Not the video game God of War, but that's what Mars is, right? And when you look at that in a different perspective way, is where you're going to think about the positive. Don't think with the negative and think, oh my god, I did this. No. Think about the positive in your life, right? Think about the positive, right? And this is how it's going to be based on what it is, okay? Now, basically, what I'm going to say is, we're going to figure out what's happened, okay? And then I'll reveal this. So Aries has the Emperor, the Tower, the Five of Wands reversed, and the Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, those are the ones that I'm going to look at. So those are the things I just told you. Right. So we have the five of Wands is here, that is reversed. We have the Emperor that is upright. We have the Tower that is upright, and we have the Five of Wands. The Ten of Wands reversed as well. Okay. So basically, what's going to happen is, when I'm going to read you this part, this is what you're going to understand. The first one is, well, the whole entire project, it says, who's not following the pandemic right? Question. And that's a good question there. So what's the problem? Number one is you are trying to do all things. Now, you're trying to do all things, okay? And what I mean is by that is that when you're trying to do all things at once, okay? If you're trying to do all things at once, it's gonna be actually making you a little bit more challenging, okay? That's not good, really. When you have a challenge, it's great. But if you have a challenge every single time, it's gonna weigh you down, right? It's like going through a maze. You're going from the entrance, you're going to the end, but you don't know where the end is, right? And you are confused which way to go when you're in the middle of the maze. Don't do that, right? Just follow your instincts and go towards the end, right? Or or don't even go to the middle, right? Anyway, long story short, okay, about that. And number two is, you have the discipline to see your plans through, which means to me is like, when you have that, it's like, well, you're having plans, you're making plans, but you want to see your plans through, which means that if they're going to work together, like being glued, like my hands are, right? And that's how you're trying to think of a way of trying to put this into a good perspective way, right? And when you look at the cards over here that you were seeing earlier, that's what it is, right? That's what it is. And so we have that. Now, what's the situation on the pandemic? Is you are facing internal conflict and are unclear on where you stand on important issues. Okay? And think of that word, important issues, right? You're facing internal conflict, unclear on where you stand on important issues, right? And that's the biological problem, right? It's the biological problem. And if you are Aries, right, you are actually having, like, who's facing conflict is Aries. And if you're born March 21st, this would be you, right? Don't do that. Don't, if you have important issues, do them, right? Do them. Just do them. But if you have facing internal conflict, it's not good, right? It's not good. So, that's what I'm trying to refer on this. In Aries, you are fire, okay? You burn everything down. You burn everything up. It's like chewing a log on a fire pit, and the fire is burning the log, and the log will turn into ash. That's what Aries is. That's what you are. That's what you are. It's not me making this up. It's you, right? It's you. And so you have to combine that knowledge, okay? And what I mean is that what I'm going to reveal this card here, this is what it's going to be. The card that I reveal is heal the sick that are therein, and say unto them, the kingdom of God is come nigh unto you. Okay, nice picture. Anyway, that means that in chapter 10, page 9, chapter name is Jesus Sends Out the 72. Okay, I would read that chapter, but I just want to go into it. Okay, so that's what the card is saying. And when you combine the Virgo and you combine the Aries together, 9 plus 3 is 12. Okay, 9 plus 3 is 12. And the angel number 12 is advising you to remove negativity from your life, which means think about the positive sequence. Think about the positive. Don't go into the negative. Don't go. Because, the devil is actually going after you, and that's a negative thing. Let the position of the opposite of the devil, which would be Jesus. And Jesus will have to help you to think about the positive. That's why I'm helping you to think about the positive. Don't go into the negative stage and think, oh, I can't do this because the pandemic is getting to me. No, don't think about that, right? So you have to believe in your own self. You have to believe in your own self, right? It's an understanding biological thing that you have to do, right? If you think about the negative, it's going to tear you apart. It's going to bring you down. It's going to be making you all, well, irresponsible. That's a good word to say. But don't be irresponsible. Don't do that. Think about your priority. Think about being happy, right? Being happy about the holidays. Being happy for that. Just be happy. And that's what it is, right? So just remember what about the angel that would be saying that to you is advising you to remove negativity from your life. And just work with it. Just work with it. Okay? Just work with it. Okay? Now, that would be so basically that's what Aries is. Okay. This was you. Okay, this would be Aries. So if you were the masculine, this would be Aries. Okay, this would be you. Now, if you are Virgo, that I'm going to do is Virgo has the Ten of Pentacles. That is, well, I think it's upright. Yeah, it was. So it was upright, and you have this. You have let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. So that would be being said in this card that I'm going to reveal. So you could see my face again. So basically what I'm going to read you again, saying, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And that means that when you look at this card, this is Virgo, okay? And Virgo has to realize that. It has to realize that. So, based on the fact is, if you look at this card, right? Virgo is Matthew 5:16. Okay, chapter 5, page 16. Chapter name is Salt and Light. If you look at the Bible, in the Holy Bible, and what I mean by that is where if you look at the two down here, if you look at the two down here, here and here, if you are Aries and you're the masculine, that means the guy, you're there. If you are the feminine, which means a woman, you are here, right? And if you want to look at the Bible, if you have a Bible, just read the chapter Luke, chapter 10, page 9. And if you want to look at the Matthew, chapter 5, page 16, do that. Right? This will guide you through that mental stage. It will help you to dignify of where you're going through life, right? So look at the positive, but don't go in the negative, because like I say, the negative will drag you down. It will, you know. So, like I say, think about the positive. Remember what the angel is telling you. It would be advising you to remove negativity from your life. Just do that. Because, like I say, when the whole entire pandemic is over, you realize that we are going to be in a safe place, and that we don't have to figure out this whole entire method of where everyone's going in life. Don't do that. Think about the opportunity, about the vaccine, Pfizer, whenever you are in Canada or United States, whatever we are doing in the whole entire world. But remember that. Focus on the positivity. Focus on that. Focus where you are. And just remember, follow spirit to the house, which is me, because it will give you happiness. Thank you.